Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Language and Life Skills. I am Matthew Attukale. Today we will deal with certain common mistakes made by people. Do you commit these common mistakes? Sometimes at a function, the one giving welcome speech will say, I take great pleasure in welcoming all of you to this college day. Now this is a mistake. To say that you take pleasure as a derogative, uncomplimentary meaning. For example, you may complain some boys are teasing girls, they are taking pleasure in teasing girls. One who loves food, he takes pleasure in eating 5 plates of biryani. Nowadays, some people take pleasure in watching porn movies. So this is a wrong phrase. We say, I have great pleasure. I have great pleasure in welcoming all of you to this gathering. Or you say, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you here. Another mistake is mixing up the two words, can't and able, combining them into one. For example, somebody may say, I bet you can't be able to answer this riddle. Now, can and able have the same meaning. So why to duplicate them? If you say, I can speak English, it is same as saying, I am able to speak English. He can keep awake all night. He is able to keep awake all night. So don't you combine the two together, use only one of them, either able or can. Don't be like a heavy goods train that needs engine at both ends. One engine is enough, one word is enough. Next is a commonly mispronounced word, environment. It is commonly mispronounced as environment by many people. They will say, save the environment from plastics and pesticides. No, save the environment. That is the proper pronunciation. What is environment? What surrounds you? Physical environment, social environment, education environment, spiritual environment, whatever is around you is your environment. Another misuse is with the word return. They say return back. Now, return itself means to come back, to go back or give back. So you don't say return back. You don't say, please return back this book after a week. Please return back my money, return back my dress. No. Return also means going back. So after a film show, all of us return home in haste. On birthdays, we wish people many happy returns of the day. That is a special use of the word. Also, there are other uses like returning officer in an election or monthly returns for accounts. This means reports of the election and monthly reports. Next complication is used is in the indirect speech for questions and statements. Some make indirect speech or questions like the statements. For example, they may say, he asked me that why I was absent for the wedding. Now you can't say that. You simply say, he asked me why I was absent for the wedding. There is no need to add the word that. Don't be under the impression that any indirect speech must have the word that. That is needed only for statements. You can even leave out that. It is not for questions. For example, you say, he said that he will become the next CM. I asked him why he was so confident about it. And again, people make a wrong use of the comparative degree. Suppose you say, Shankar is taller than any boy in the class. Shankar is taller than any boy in the class. It means Shankar is not a boy. You have to say, Shankar is taller than any other boy in the class because he is a boy. If it is a girl, you can say, she is taller than any boy in the class. Roja is taller than any boy in the class. Pooja is taller than any boy in your class. They are girls, not boys. So you must know what is included and what is excluded. Coming to relationships. In English, we have brothers and sisters for siblings, and then you have our cousins, children of your uncles and aunts. We don't speak about cousin brother, cousin sister. That's not English. In English we don't have that. In Indian languages, we have got such expressions. So English is satisfied with the common gender for males and females. So all of them are cousins, but they are males or females. It is like the word actor today. We don't speak about actors and actresses. Both men and women are actors today. Another mistake I have often noticed is misuse of the word tendency. Like, for example, people will say he has a helping tendency towards poor people. Here, the word tendency is inappropriate. Tendency generally has a negative meaning, negative connotation. What is a tendency? It is an inclination towards some particular way of behavior or a weakness. So we say he has a tendency to overeat. Meera has a tendency to be always late. Summers tend to be hot in India. If someone is a philanthropist, don't say he has a tendency to help others. You can say he has a soft heart for the poor, he is generous towards the poor, etc. Have you heard of what Big Ben said to the Leaning Tower of Pisa? This is what he said. If you have the inclination for an evening chat, I have the time. Big Ben shows the time, and Tower of Pisa is inclining, is leaning. Sometimes people mix up singular and plural in the subject. For example, they may say, one of the girl students are missing after the excursion to Sri Lanka. It's a wrong plural verb. Of course, after an excursion, not always the same number of students return home. Some will drop out for various reasons. But here only one student is missing. One of the girl students, the verb is singular, and so you have to say one of the girl students is missing. Don't say one of the girl students are missing. The subject here is not girl students, but it is one of the girl students. Heartfelt and hearty. Heartfelt and hearty. Now, you cannot say, my hearty condolences on the demise of your dad. That's a wrong use of the word hearty. Hearty is for joyful events, for success, for victory. Whereas for sad events like death, defeat, misfortune, we have got heartfelt. So you can't mix up these two. This is a social convention. Though both heartfelt and hearty have the same basic meaning. Both mean sincere and felt from the heart. Only eccentric people like one-time dictator Idi Amin could mix up these two. Once at some sad occasion he said to have sent this message, hearty condolences. No, it should be heartfelt condolences. Deny. The word deny has a negative meaning. It says that you did not do something, that you disowned something. So the idea of negative not is included in the word deny. For example, he denied that he did not steal the cell phone. It's wrong. He denied that he stole the cell phone. So deny means to say not, to say that something did not happen, that you are not responsible, or to disown someone. For example, we know from history, Judas Iscariot denied Jesus or betrayed him for 30 pieces of silver. If someone accuses you falsely of theft, you will deny the accusation. You will defend yourself saying that you have not done that. So friends, let's try to avoid these mistakes, the use of certain words like this, and be careful about handling the language. Bye. See you another time.